Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com. I have video number 2 out of 4 in the Kitchen Table Stamper Paper and Ink card class for August 2019. Now, this is card number 2. Let me show you card number 1. This is the first card. And then card number 2, card number 3, and card number 4. Those are the cards that will come in your kit, and you can find the videos below. If you're embedded on the blog, just click the links one to the next. If you're on YouTube, the links are right in the description below for all four card videos. All right, so this A Little Hello is inspired by my friend and kitchenette downline, Katie. Katie loves all things squirrels, and she challenged me to make a squirrel card for paper and ink. So I took the challenge and used my little Cuckoo for You stamp set, grabbed out this adorable little squirrel, and voila, what a cute little card with the cute little squirrel, isn't it? So this Cuckoo for You stamp set is really fun. Think Easter, Christmas treats. There's so much fun that can be had with this stamp set. Whether you make the clock or you don't make the clock, it's been a really fun set to work with. So Cuckoo for You. Let me show you the other things that I used for this card. I got my itty bitty greetings here, and A Little Hello came from the itty bitty greetings. Got my classic label punch and my everyday label punch. Now, if you get the kit, those will be in the kit for you, already punched and ready to go. Your die cutting will be done for you too. And the die cutting is the second largest stitched shapes framelit cut from Whisper White, and the coordinating layering circle scallop cut from soft suede. I've embossed my card base with the wood planks embossing folder, and if you get the kit, your embossing will be done for you too. The Stampin' pads that you need to complete this project are Whisper White Craft, Soft Suede, and Crumb Cake. And the Stampin' blends that I used on this project are Mint Macaron Combo, Crumb Cake Combo, and the Soft Suede Combo. Let me show you the other contents of the kit real quick here. We've got our Crumb Cake card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4 1/4 and embossed with the pine wood planks. By the way, all the measurements for these projects are on the project sheet, and you can find that at the blog too. There's a principal project sheet where you can find all these measurements. I've got about 7.5 inches of Nature's Twine. This is the Mint Macaron color. Got some Designer Series paper from Garden Lane Designer Series paper. You can use either side on this card. Contemplating making one of each. What do you think if we use the other side? I think it's kind of cute. We might have to try that. And the Garden Lane paper is 1.5 by 4. If you had scraps that were 2.5 by 3.5, you could do all the little punching things here. This is Pear Pizzazz with the everyday label. This is Crumb Cake with the classic label. And then the Soft Suede scallop circle. And we've got the Whisper White stitched shape all cut out for you. All right, now let's go ahead and clear away, get the Stampin' pads and the Stampin' Pierce mat, and we'll do some stamping. Okay, so the first ink application that you want to do is your Craft White, and you're going to use the Craft White ink pad to just highlight the texture that you've made with your embossing folder on the crumb cake. So we're just giving like a wash of white craft ink. The lighter that you go at this, the better. If you go at this with a heavy hand, you're going to get streaks. And it looked kind of interesting, almost like peeling white paint maybe. But I'm going more for just a subtle enhancement of that texture. So it'll take me a little bit, and I will gently apply several coats of this ink instead of trying to shortcut it and push harder onto the pad. I'm going to go in both directions, so I'll go kind of side to side and back and forth. And if you get just a little bit of ink in between the or on the spaces in between the embossed, the raised areas, it's not a big deal. You can just burnish over it with your finger and kind of soften the effect of it. It'll all look so nice once the full card front comes together. All right, I feel pretty good about that. And we need to set this aside to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that aside and we'll do the rest of our stamping. I'm gonna stamp a little hello in soft suede. You wanna check your stamp and make sure that it's right side up, and you stamp off to the left-hand side, leaving room for the twine. And you wanna use a very light hand. You don't wanna smash those little letters. It'll turn into a big blur so easy if you use too much pressure. And now our little squirrel, we got the little squirrely dude, and he is going to be stamped pretty well center on the circle in crumb cake ink. That's our stamping. And then clear away the stamp pads and we'll color. Okay, coloring this guy is very simple. We're gonna do a little bit of 2-shade blending. We're gonna start with our crumb cake. We're gonna start with the light crumb cake and then add a little bit of shadow in with the dark. And I'm gonna start in the tail and just really kind of fill in the whole tail with little circle strokes. We wanna saturate, but you don't want to cause that crumb cake ink to bleed. So you can go just a little bit lighter as you get toward the edges. We're gonna follow this little swirl on the tail and then down across the bottom. And then we're just gonna lighten where the dark and the light meet. And that way we get this fun little curly cue, and the squirrel's tail really accented. We really bring out that fun little shape there. Then we can move on to squirrel's body, and we're gonna color in the squirrel with crumb cake ink. Just his body here. Once you got a full coat there, we can draw a little shadow where the head might cast a shadow down the back, the tail might cast a shadow down the back of the leg, and where the acorn might cast a little shadow. All right, then we can soften those dark shade into the light. And then squirrel's face, same thing. We're going to fill in all the way with the light, shadow with the dark, blend together with the light. Just put a little shadow kind of down the back of the head here, and we'll bring it and blend it in with the one on the shoulder. So there's our little squirrel body. Oh, I forgot my petal pink for the nose. Didn't really forget it because I need it for one of the other cards, but I didn't bring it into the video here. So a little petal pink for the nose. I used the dark one. It'll be on the project sheet as a list. Now we're going to color the little acorn. I'm using Mint Macaron. I know it's a little fanciful, but I like that. It makes everything pop just a little bit. Besides, my son brought home acorns today in the car, and it was so cool because the bottoms of them were really, really green still. They must have just fallen from the trees. I guess it's becoming fall, whether we like it or not, huh? All right, last little step here is the cap on this acorn. We're gonna color it with a light, soft suede and just fill in. And then we'll do where the squirrel's chin might cast a shadow. We'll go with the dark, and then we'll just very lightly kind of follow those hash marks that the artist drew in. And then we'll just touch where that shadow is cast. So there's our little squirrel, pretty simple coloring. So let's go ahead and adhere the squirrel to soft suede with some snail. Just center that so we keep those cute little scallops. Then we're going to go ahead and adhere our circle to our everyday label. And I like to add the adhesive right kind of centered in 3. And then we'll pop this guy over and center him on the label, making sure his legs are level, like he's not walking uphill or downhill. And we'll center right to left. a little hello needs some adhesive. We'll pop that right underneath. It's the ground that our little squirrely dude is standing on. I'll bring in the card here. Let's get our designer series paper. I think we're going to do one of each side. I think it's kind of a fun way to showcase paper and also let the ladies in class know that they do have some creative liberty and they can feel free to take it. I always say that crafty girls do what they want, and I want to encourage that. So we'll encourage that by using both sides of the paper on our samples here. All right, so now we're going to center our little squirrel medallion, and it's about a ½ inch from the bottom of the designer series paper. I'm going to take a little smidgy piece of dimensional adhesive here. I'm going to put it right underneath my crumb cake label because I don't want it to droop. So we're going to support that side, and it's especially because it's the side that the little bow of twine is going to go on. So we want to support that so it doesn't sink. We'll tie ourselves a bitty little twine bow. You'll have plenty of twine. And we're going to add that on with a mini glue dot right in the center under the knot. Now my tails are a little long, so I'm going to grab some scissors and trim off the excess. There it is. I love both sides of that paper. What do you think? Let me know which one you like better. All right, you guys, if you've got questions about paper and ink cards, either in the Chicago area or to go for free with an order placed at marisalvarez.stampinup.net using the hostess code. You can email if you've got questions about the project. Email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. Thanks for watching.